your daily dose of sports and fun. This is the Morning Drive Podcast from Double T 97.3, presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction.
I'm Mike Hebert, owner of Cantex Roofing and Construction. Every day is game day, and we'll get it right when it comes to your roofing, construction, windows, and mirrors. Call Cantex Roofing and Construction today. Together, we are one serving you.
I encourage you to go to doubleTSportsNetwork.com. You can see all the interviews from Texas Tech Media Day on Tuesday. Guys like Kenny Perry and also Mac Leftwich and defensive coordinator Will Shield Wood. I was going to say Wood Shield, but it's Shield Wood, and others. And then be looking, as they'll be bouncing in and out over the next few days, Choice Woodman's 2-minute drill. I caught a couple of them last night, and he does a great job with that. And the Kenny Johnson one was really good. Just you could kind of see their personality a little bit too, kind of come out.
Yeah, because they're not just talking about football.
Yeah, and Kenny Johnson one of the things that he said that he liked about Lubbock was the sandstorms, because he'd never seen anything like that before.
It's definitely different. I guess he's probably been here since January. I feel like we haven't had a good one in a while.
I know, right? And so,
have we had one since he's been here?
Maybe in March or April, probably, but it's... Yeah,
I'm probably forgetting one there, or maybe I was out of town, but I can't remember a really good one recently.
Yeah, you think about... But then you think about people that are coming into town when they've seen one versus those of us who have seen, it's just a little
want to say to
one.
Kenny, just to hold on. We've got more.
Right.
We got bigger and better coming.
We've had one because I had to sweep off my back porch. I don't remember one. I think checked like March or April, somewhere in that area.
It's totally believable. I just don't remember it. Yeah.
And I say I had to sweep off my back porch. Indy's footprints were seen through the dust. So I was like, okay, well, we better sleep this up.
Yeah, so anyway, be looking for those. He did 23 of them.
Good.
So is what he told me. He did 23.
It's funny because he asked Rob Bro, he said, how many people would you like me for me to do? And Rob said, how many people are talking? And he said, 24. And Rob said, 24. So I wonder who the 23rd one that he didn't get done. Maybe it was Coach McGuire.
Yeah, I think he said he had done him
at the Big 12 Media
Days. Yeah. But I bet you Coach McGuire would have done another one.
Probably would have.
Now. Probably now it's going to feel left out.
He probably just would have done one with Choice asking him questions about you.
I don't know about that. Why do they still have that guy? That would be question number one, and everybody would be like,
he was having fun answering all of your questions before our interview the other day.
He was really good spirits.
50 questions. I mean, it was pretty good.
Wow, could you do that? Do you think about playing the drums when you were growing up?
No, that doesn't appeal to me, really.
Okay.
Doesn't.
Any instrument?
I think it's really cool when the high school or teams just get after it, and they just the drummers are cool. But but I've never really had an interest in being any kind of drummer.
Any instrument?
It's too much noise, Chuck. I don't like noise.
Right? Yeah, no, I know. I mean, for a guy that doesn't like noise and talks on a limited basis, you've certainly found your skill set, haven't you?
I'm not real sure, but maybe.
Yeah, I think so. I think you have. Rangers were winners last night, so that's 2 in a row for them. They beat the Giants, and Astros were losers yesterday, and they fell to the Toronto Blue Jays. So Rangers are a game and a half back. Any thoughts on the Rangers and what they maybe didn't do in terms of trade deadline or anything along those lines?
It's interesting. I don't think they necessarily did the wrong thing, because I didn't think that they were going to win a World Series this year. So going all in seems like it wouldn't make a whole lot of sense.
Right.
I would think you would say the same thing about the Astros. Okay? I mean, the Rangers made a move, nearly a week before the deadline or 5 days before the deadline, but they didn't do a whole heck of a lot. The thing that stands out to you though? What do we say when a team does make a trade? They talk about it. You talk about it giving the team confidence because hey, ownership believes in you. They're all in on you, right? They're they're doing whatever they can to help you. And even though the deal didn't get done for Jacob deGrom, what does it say to the team that they were trying to trade their ace?
Yeah, it's like, we don't think you guys can win.
Yeah, that's exactly what
it felt like the white flag was waved on Monday.
And I'm not trying to be critical of the Rangers here because maybe they felt like the package that was offered to them by the Braves was going to be the best thing for them in the future. And so, and them having some financial flexibility of getting Jacob deGrom off the books was going to be good for them this offseason where they could address other needs that they needed. So I'm not trying to be critical of it. I'm just saying it kind of backfired on you in that you didn't get the deal done. It wasn't one of those deals where you could deny and say, oh, no, those are just rumors. We weren't trying to trade Jacob deGrom. We were listening to everybody, but we weren't trying to trade him because it was a deal that was agreed upon, and everybody knows that. It was that Jacob deGrom said, no, I don't want to go.
I want to be here. He said, I want to be here.
Right, but same, whatever.
Yeah.
Okay, he's not, I don't want to leave. And so that's what killed the deal. It wasn't the Rangers.
No, you're
exactly
right.
It said to the team, yeah, we were trying to give up here. Yeah, because we don't think this team is built to win. And so I just think it'll be interesting to see how the Rangers play the rest of the year.
Maybe they'll carry that forward. A little chip on their shoulder.
Yeah, usually having a chip on the shoulder of the organization towards the organization that you're currently competing for doesn't necessarily help.
I know, but it's that a whole foxhole mentality, of, hey,
and
screw those
you're
guys.
That Cleveland owner that was trying to get rid of everybody and brought in all the really, really bad players at the beginning of the year because she was trying to get out of a contract.
Oh yes, that's
maybe
the only time I think that's ever.
Maybe they'll go see Major League together, put that on in the clubhouse together. But the good news for the Rangers yesterday is they got Cody Bradford back, and he had a really good performance, 4 1/3, 5 hits, and struck out 5 and walked a couple.
And I think that's what Ranger fans should be holding out hope for is that the moves that you're going to make are just getting guys back and healthy, and Bradford being one of those guys that can help you. Josh Young being another too.
Yeah, no, I was thinking about him this morning.
And hopefully Seager can stay healthy and all that good stuff.
Yeah, right. And Wyatt Langford too. I mean, he had a hit last night, scored a run. 6:40. This day in sports history is next. Rangers host the Orioles this weekend. We'll have games Friday night, Saturday night, and Sunday afternoon against the Orioles.
The Morning Drive podcast from Double T 97.3 is presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction.
Today is 8/6/26, the 8:06. Here's Jeff McGuire with this day in sports history.
Nice.
1941 is where we get started. Major League Baseball Detroit Tigers pitcher Al Benton collects 2 sacrifices in an inning, a Major League Baseball record, and wins 11-2 against the Cleveland Indians.
Nice.
That's one of those records that can only ever be tied. You can't have 3 sacrifices in one inning. That would end the inning.
It's fair. Well, you actually, Jeff.
How can you have 3 an error?
An error.
A
you can
sacrifice
still
and
get
then an error.
credit for a sacrifice if there's an error and there's an out made. And the reason you get credit for the sacrifice is because if they just labeled it an error, the sacrifice would count against your average. Okay?
I take that back then.
Yeah.
You could have 3.
Yep.
So life goals for somebody.
There you go.
Man, you could do the rules of the game for baseball. Occasionally, you could slip in for the official.
Some of that stuff.
Major League Baseball kind of scorecard kind of deal.
There are things that kept me sometimes that I'm not certain about. But man, I tell you what, last year when Tadlock was rotating in Rusnick and Schaus from infield to outfield to hitter to DH to all that was all very new stuff to me. And
create a mess of your scoreboard.
No, not necessarily, but it just created me questioning, like, I'm not sure how this works now. Well, I'm not sure what happens next.
1952, St. Louis Browns veteran pitcher Satchel Paige, at 46, becomes the oldest pitcher to win a complete shutout. Wins 1-0 over the Detroit Tigers in 9, no, 10, nope, keep going, 12 innings. 1972. Hank Aaron hits number 660 and 661 for the Atlanta Braves, breaking Babe Ruth's Major League Baseball record for home runs with one team.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, I might have put him number 2 on the list, too.
No, he was already number 1 at that point.
No, I might have put Aaron number 2 on the list. All time. Ruth had 714 at that point. He was the home run leader. The 661, he might be in the number 2 spot at that point in time.
1988, Rich Gossage becomes the second player in Major League Baseball history to record 300 career saves as the Cubs beat the Phillies 7-4.
He kind of bounced around. People remember him most as a Yankee. Man, he was ferocious coming in from the bullpen, but he also played on a Padre team that was really, really good. Went to a World Series.
And in 2016, former Red Raider Chad Bettis gets win number 10 for the Rockies, giving up 3 runs on 6 hits in 6 innings in a 12-6 win over the Marlins. Gentlemen, it is National Root Beer Float Day.
Oh, nice.
It's fun.
I think we should have one.
I think we should have 2. Why settle at 1? I have 2 hands. Why can't I have 2 root beer floats?
You down for a root beer float, Jamie? Would you be up for that? Root beer with a little scoop of vanilla in there?
Yeah, it's good stuff.
Okay.
Happy birthday to the Admiral. David Robinson turns 61 today. And on this day in 1945, the United States becomes the first and only nation to use an atomic weapon during wartime when it drops an atomic bomb on the Japanese city of Hiroshima. Approximately 80,000 people are killed as a direct result of the blast, and another 35,000 are injured. At least 60,000 would be dead by the end of the year from the effects of the fallout. And we would not be done yet. And that, this day in sports history.
I have one more birthday for you. Happy 55th birthday to the head football coach at Texas Tech University, Joey McGuire, born on this day.
Didn't even look at my list today.
806. I thought you had it.
It's
okay.
on my calendar.
It's okay. I picked you up
today.
So, happy birthday, Coach McGuire.
I think
Probably
I
have cupcakes or something over there today.
I hope so.
So we'll see. We'll see what.
Well, happy birthday, Coach. My apologies.
And he's going to speak to the fourth estate today after practice number 2. So his schedule also to make appearances, Ben Roberts and Sheridan Wilson. So see what Coach McGuire has to say after 2 practices with his football team. I mean, they've had quite a bit of time together, but some of the new guys being here and getting everybody out there and all that kind of stuff. So we'll see what Coach McGuire has to say after practice today. 6:51 this morning here on the Morning Drive.
You asked us earlier in the show what was something we found interesting out at Tech Media Day.
Mm-hmm.
The fact that all but 2 of these guys have already been on campus and doing things. I'm surprised that there were 2 that hadn't been here yet.
Yeah, I would agree.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not to disparage the 2 that hadn't been here yet, school and everything else, and there's things out of their control, right? Or they sign up late and can't get here until
I don't
now.
think it's vacation.
Well, there's things.
One of the guys reclassified, the Damian Guyton.
Yeah, I mean, there's things that are out of their control that they couldn't get here until now. But the fact that the number of 2 guys that hadn't been on campus already that were checking in yesterday was surprising to me.
Yeah. I mean, LaDamian Guyton, he is a freshman. He's a 5-star recruit. He is from Savannah, Georgia. He's 6'3", 250. I mean, I don't know what he can do for you this year. He is, quote, one of the most talented defensive players to ever come on campus.
I mean, one of the highest recruits in the country a year ago.
Yeah.
Right? So I would imagine he has a chance to help you.
No doubt. I mean, he chose Texas Tech over Georgia, you would think, right? And they're not happy about that.
Yeah, that's when they said they weren't going to play us anymore.
Yeah, Tennessee, South Carolina, Alabama, and LSU, among others. I would pretty much think that he would have his pick of where he would want to go.
And he had his pick, and he picked us.
He picked Texas Tech, yeah. How about that? That's really cool. Was previously the number one recruit in the 2027 class, and he is reclassified, and so he is here. He made his appearance, and so, and you just kind of look and see what he can do. He'll wear number 3 defensively. He's again 6'3", 250, and is a freshman. You would think he's probably got some growing to do. Maybe not upward, but at least putting on some muscle and things like that.
Sounds like he's done a good job of that already, though.
He does, right. Absolutely. So that's incredible stuff there. Astros were losers yesterday. They're not in action again until tomorrow. They'll play at San Diego tomorrow night, Friday night, and then Sunday night as well. And we'll have all those games for you on 100.7 The Score. So that's good news. That's good news there for the Astros that they get a day off. So do the Rangers today. They are off as well. And that'll be probably all that. All right, we'll probably get into this just a little bit more, but were you happy with the number 12 spot for the coaches poll for the Red Raiders?
Works for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the best you've ever done going into a season.
Seems like a good spot to start.
Yeah. Just behind Alabama and Ole Miss, and just ahead of LSU, Southern Cal, and BYU. Utah is ranked number 21. BYU is 15, and Houston is 24. So there's 4 teams in the Big 12, and Texas Tech is ranked the highest of them.
The Morning Drive podcast from Double T 97.3 is presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction.
Great to have you with us today. Yates Flooring Center chat line is open. Go to the Double T 97.3 mobile app. It's presented by Happy State Bank. Washed Up Guy says this. According to Will Hammond, our QB1 believes he'll have to do some running in 16 games this season. I like his thinking. Yeah, the 16 games, I thought that was really cool that he said that, because that means you're getting to the national championship game.
Good answer.
And, I mean, let's face facts. He's going to have to do some running. You just want to be judicious with that running.
Yeah, I mean, he's a much better runner, more explosive runner than Baron Morton was, and you still ran Baron Morton sometimes. So you're going to keep defenses honest, and if you're running, an RPO, you're going to make sure that you run it every once in a while, because otherwise they don't have to respect it and worry about that, and they can, sit on the handoff or sit on the dropping back to pass.
If they drop back 11 and there's like 15 yards between him and his nearest defender, I would like him to go get the free 7 yards.
Yes.
Yeah, right.
Well said, Jeff.
Right. They're giving it to you. Go ahead and take it. Right.
Yeah.
And then slide.
Yeah. Right.
Slide. Be safe.
Yeah. Be careful with that too. All right. So a lot's been said, and one of the things that Jamie said right at the top of the show this morning was, the chip on the shoulder for this Red Raider football team going into the season. And Coach McGuire alluded to that when he was on with us on Tuesday morning. And then he talked about that a little bit more during his press conference. He was asked, what is he doing to keep the fire going like he'll have to for his team?
Tonight, I'm going to wait for tomorrow for kind of like one of our deals that we're going to use throughout the season. But tonight, is really like a lot of checking the box. Hey, this is when curfew is. We still have a curfew, and we check. And, we're not in a hotel, but my young coaches, on their way home, they have a route to run, and they're literally going to knock on the door and make sure you're where you're supposed to be, for these first 3 weeks of camp. And so we'll go through all that stuff and the do's and don'ts of camp. There's some stuff in there, as far as just appreciating, where you're at and making the main thing right now. We're not in school. Got a couple guys still in summer school as far as summer 2, but we're really not in school. So making football so important, and how you can be ready for practice as far as sleep and hydrate. Tomorrow, I use this. I want to say I used it in 13, but I really think it was 14. But we're going to talk. I was born in 1971, and a lot of these guys were obviously, they were born, in 08 or 09 or, like stuff like that. And it's so funny. But right now, everybody in this room, we're in the moment of 2026 and our dash. The what's going to go on our tombstone is 1971. I hope mine's a long way from now. But we all have the same common 2026 right now and how we want to be remembered in this chapter of Texas Tech football, and how we go about that, of how we handle the pressure and how we run to the pressure and how pressure is a privilege. That means that we have an opportunity to do something special. And so that's going to be the message, really, tomorrow night, of how, that we're in this moment right now and how everybody's going to remember us is, we got to put the work in. And so, I'm really high on this football team. I'm excited. It's a close group. People helped us get really close, and, we're going to use that to our advantage.
I like that at the end. People helped us get close. So I thought the other thing that was interesting is the young coaches have a route on their way home, knocking on doors, just making sure that you are where you're supposed to be.
Yeah, I guess that's the job, right? If you're a young coach trying to learn the business and all that good stuff, you get the menial tasks like that. That has to be probably not the most fun part of the job, I would imagine.
No. Yeah. But I mean, again, you got guys, but on the other hand, that I think that's somewhat responsible too, in that you got guys that potentially away from home for the first time, living on their own, and have money in their pocket. It's like you got to help them out a little bit, by holding them accountable.
Well, I think you've helped them out.
Yeah, right. No, I understand what you're saying.
Just mention that money in the pocket thing.
I know, but I mean, you got to. I think
the word you're looking for there is babysit.
I don't know. You do have to do a little baby. You do probably have to do a little babysitting. I mean, they're freshmen in college, and you have no idea what kind of advice or guidance they're getting from their parents or the people that raised them, or however that works, and what kind of home pressure there is as well.
Yeah, what I think it speaks to is just how Coach McGuire and the staff, how important it is that they are dialed in and ready to go right now, and how important these fall camp practices are, and that they're making sure that these guys have their rest, and that they are treating us like adults and treating it like they should be treating a job, right? And that they are preparing themselves. It's not just about what you do when you're out here on the field, but you prepare yourself when you're away so you can excel on the field, and making sure that they're in their rooms and all that kind of stuff. To me, you expect that stuff, like when you're on the road, you're on a road trip, you have a game or whatever. I don't necessarily expect that stuff now, but that at the same time, it doesn't shock me that they do that.
Yeah. Just to kind of as they're getting during these 3 weeks of camp, and then they're highly monitored as well for their studies and things along those lines. Going to class and doing their homework and all that kind of stuff. Those that actually go into the classroom and things like that.
I was going to say, I think there's so many of them that are taking classes online, or, only, don't have to go to class that much. So the
upperclassmen certainly, that are getting their other degrees. I love the fact that he talks about, pressure is a privilege, and that we run to the pressure. I love that's spoken. And you'd like to think that you're always in that boat, whether it's you personally or the teams that you root for, that they embrace the pressure and they understand that the adversity that they've been through kind of has helped galvanize them. He acknowledged that the other day with us, so I think that's pretty cool as well. I saw this last night, and this won't come as any surprise to anyone, but the folks at ESPN put out an article about the, quote, easiest and toughest schedules in college football this year. And it probably comes as no surprise that they labeled the Texas Tech schedule as the easiest schedule in college.
It doesn't
football.
come as a surprise because we as Red Raider fans have all looked at the schedule.
Yeah. Yeah, and
we would have been surprised if Tech's schedule was not listed on that, right?
Yeah, no, and on
to me, it's not a shot now. It's a shot after the season's over. If they're saying they're not that good because of that schedule, then that's them taking shots at you. Right now, I don't think anybody disagrees that it's feels like a pretty light one.
Yeah, I mean, and especially because of who you're not playing and not playing Utah and not playing BYU, it makes it a substantially different schedule, and the fact that
the tougher games that you have are at home.
Yeah, but the way that they start this off is Texas Tech won't have Sorsby after a tumultuous offseason surrounding his eligibility. Right. Well, that's water under the bridge. Yet the Red Raiders still have a path back to the playoff with Will Hammond at quarterback, thanks in part to a soft schedule.
Chuck, I'm going to need you to prepare yourself for something.
What's that?
That's not the last time that someone's going to mention Sorsby.
I know. Just kind of drives me a little crazy, though.
That's why I'm trying. I'm trying to help you.
Yeah.
I'm trying to prepare you for the giant mountain of Sorsby you're going to be hearing.
And
feels like a little bit of sorry about you.
Yeah. Maybe the thing, and maybe we'll get into this at some point in time this morning, the strength of schedule might hurt us from an at-large bid. I have a question for you about that. But they say the Red Raiders remain the favorites to win the Big 12 and punch their playoff ticket for a second straight year.
Your daily dose of sports and fun. This is the Morning Drive Podcast from Double T 97.3, presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction. Jamie's question of the day on Double T 97.3 is brought to you by Connecticut of West Texas.
Sometimes I wonder when, let's say we have a subject comes up that's a little bit off color.
Mm-hmm.
Do parents look to the back seat and they're like, earmuffs, earmuffs. That means don't listen to this, right?
Right, yeah. We don't have too many of those moments here.
Yeah, when we get talking about the 5 for 5 in the court stuff, I wonder if just they don't yell it to their kids, but I just wonder if any of the listeners and the drivers are just like earmuffs for themselves.
Yeah, right. No, I got you. I understand. I mean, it's just
today, this morning, I opened up ESPN. And I'm looking. First thing I do is look at the headlines, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And 3/4 of the way down, the first word is judge, and I can see that in my purview as I'm reading on it.
Right.
Judge, and I'm like, okay, is this the story I want to read about one of my favorite baseball players, or is this a college football thing? And I'm like,
chances are slim it's about your favorite baseball player.
And it was about my favorite.
It was. Yeah.
I was like,
I had the same thought this morning.
Is this going to be about college football, or is it going to be?
Yes. I was right there with you.
Judge has become a 4-letter word to me because he's made the Yankees offense so bad with him being
it's
hurt.
5 actually, but. Sorry. Was that jerk Chuck of me?
It's not jerk Chuck, dude. That's not what the saying means.
Oh, I know that.
I know how many freaking letters are in it.
Okay.
Okay, it's the saying.
Okay. No, I know it's a 4. I know that. I just was making sure. Oh, man.
Jamie's question of the day on Double T 97.3 is brought to you by Connecticut of West Texas.
All right. I'm offering you guys the opportunity. Free spending, and you get to take a road trip.
Okay.
And you have to go to 3 different sporting events. And this is going to be over a 4 or 5 day stretch.
Okay.
And it has to make sense. You can't go across the country. I'm watching a game at Madison Square Garden at 8 o'clock on Tuesday night, and Wednesday morning I'm watching a game in L.A. Okay? It has to make sense. All right? It can be the same sport. It can be different sports, whatever. But you got free money. Where are you heading? You have to take in 3 sporting events. What are you going to do?
Okay.
At least 3. It can be more if you want.
Okay. Well, just being completely honest about all this, I really want to take the boys to a Chiefs game, and I want great seats, like right behind the Chiefs bench, and so they can see Patrick. I mean, he's got to play, so he's got to make sure it's a game that he's going to play. I really also want to take him to Allen Fieldhouse. I want him to see a game there, and I don't want it to be against the Red Raiders because I want us to be able to. I don't want any conflicted feelings or just feeling bad that you're rooting for one team or for another. Just I want to take him there. And then since we're in the neighborhood, if there's a I'll shift it just a little bit. I'm going to take them to a baseball game, but we're going to go to a Cubs game. We're going to go to Wrigley Field.
How far is it from?
It's about, you'd have to fly, but it's a quick flight from Kansas City, or you could I can't say that you could drive that in a day, but you could fly that in a day. You could fly it.
You can fly. I mean, you can anywhere in a day.
Yeah, I mean, you're right. You can. Yeah. I mean, hell, even going to Bangkok, you can get there in 24 hours. I mean, it takes the full 24.
But you can do it in a day.
But you can do it in a day. So those are my three.
Okay.
So I don't know how you're going to figure out a Kansas City, Kansas, and Cubs game in a 4-day window, but I'm sure it can happen.
You could play. You could go see a KU game in November and see the Chiefs play on Sunday, and then
catch a Cubs playoff game.
Catch a Cubs playoff game, maybe. Yeah.
Basketball season doesn't start till November.
Yeah.
Baseball doesn't happen in November.
Yeah, so that'd be hard.
It'd be impossible.
It'd be really hard.
Be difficult.
Even if the flight he's talking about that can get him there in a day, is actually
time travel.
The DeLorean.
Yes, okay. That's exactly what I was thinking, travel. Jeff. It's a Back to the Future.
Because the flip of that, and we've been trying to do this. The other thing, if I was just staying in one city. And you could just give this to me, we would love to go to the gymnastics all-around finals, individual or team. I'd love to see the swimming 100-meter or the 50-meter men's, 4x100-meter men's. You can do that in the same day. And then in the same weekend, I don't know if it'd be the same weekend maybe as opening ceremonies. And watch them light the torch. That's going to the Olympics would be those three events in the Olympics would be awesome for me.
Going to the Olympics is kind of cheating, but it's a good answer because you could see a bunch of different sports.
But those are the things that I would like. Those are the things I'd like to do with the boys.
Yeah, but that's kind of cheating with this answer, but it would be a good one though.
And the lucky lady, she gets to go too.
You're not going to kick her out?
No, she gets to go too.
Wow, look at you being nice all of a sudden with free money.
Okay. Can the rest of us answer too?
Absolutely.
Okay, Go ahead, Jeff.
Quickly, Omaha. College World Series, somewhere in there would be great. And then hit the double dip in Chicago with Cubs on a Thursday and White Sox on a Friday.
Oh, okay. Nice. I like that.
I was thinking you were going to knock it out. You were going to get 3 sporting events in 2 days, like a double header.
If I could pull off the double in Chicago, I would.
The White Sox or the Cubs play early.
Day game. They don't do that very often.
Yeah.
It's like once a year, maybe you can kind of catch that.
Okay.
Normally, like the Cubs are in town or the Sox are in town.
All right, I'm taking my daughter to a Thursday night football game in Philly.
Nice.
We're picking up a Yankees playoff game on Friday night.
Mm-hmm.
We are heading to West Point to watch Army play football on a Saturday.
Oh, great.
And then we're driving over to Western New York to watch the Bills play on Sunday.
Oh,
so
okay.
I'm going for 4.
Okay.
I'm going for 4 straight.
That'd be a really cool weekend.
That'd be exhausting and really expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's a golden ticket.
Yeah, that's right. That was the part of the deal.
Yeah.
We didn't actually have to pay for it.
This is the Morning Drive Podcast from Double T 97.3, presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction.
Hey, good morning. It is 8:02 this morning here on the Morning Drive. Thank you for being with us today on Lubbock Sports Station, Double T 97.3 and Double T 97.3.com. With Jamie Lent and Jeff McGuire, I'm Chuck Heinz. Here's on Television 2 on Fox 34 News Now. We come to you from the First United Bank studio. Thoughts, comments, Yates Flooring Center chat line. Go to the Double T 97.3 mobile app to participate. Also, the Visual Edge IT hotline. That number is 806-771-0973. Okay?
Okay.
It's 8:02 this morning. We'll have NFL football on the air for you tonight. Cardinals and the Panthers. Somebody pointed out, and Jeff had the info, aren't there Red Raiders on both teams? Yes. Reggie Virgil with the Cardinals. I would imagine he would get some time tonight. I don't know what his status is on the depth chart, but you know, he's a guy that I would think that they would want to see what he's got, right? Mm-hmm. And Lee Hunter is with the Carolina Panthers, and Joey McGuire was talking the other day that there's a possibility Lee Hunter could be a starter for the Carolina Panthers. So I don't know how much. I don't know how much Lee Hunter is going to play tonight. If he's going to be a starter, he might just get some action in the first couple series, or who knows, first quarter, and then you may want to get him out of there so he doesn't get hurt.
Yeah, maybe so. But as a younger player like that, as a rookie, you probably going to play him a little bit more if you're going to rely on him at this level. Yeah.
We'll have it for you tonight on 100.7 The Score at 7. Okay. I love this game, this Hall of Fame game, because it's not your usual exhibition game. I know it is on the field, and I know that people are going to say, well, you know, a majority of these guys that are playing tonight, especially in the second half, whatever they play over the next couple of weeks in terms of, practice field or these exhibition games, then that's going to be it. They'll go back to doing what they were going to do, and this is their opportunity. And they try to make an impression on things, and maybe down the line that somebody picks them up or they get on a practice squad, or because that's still a lucrative position to be on a practice squad. And then you never know when you get your shot, because I would imagine. Look, the skill level is probably a lot. There's skill level differences, right, between the ones and the twos. But the guys that make special teams and things like that have a 3 to 5 year career, let's just say, or maybe even a 2 to 4 year career. Sometimes the difference is being in the right spot at the right time, making a big tackle, showing that you can play on special teams. I mean, Kenny Perry, Texas Tech special teams coach, made it clear the other day. Hey, everybody plays special teams with us. Everybody goes through it. And if you want to play at the next level, you got to play special teams. Mm-hmm. So, Mr. B says this, right now Reggie's listed as third string, but there are some unknown receivers ahead of him. Well, if they're unknown maybe to us. So he has a shot to make the squad. Okay, well, good. Yeah, I think he can be a hand. But anyway, I think sometimes you read a lot of these, NFL stories, about players that make it, and you look at them and go, what's the difference between this guy and this guy? Well, sometimes you just want to, right?
Sometimes.
And then also there's a skill, obviously skill set that goes, and then there's the ability to adapt yourself to the league, or at least learn the plays and to be smart on so many different levels. But I would imagine that sometimes it's a thin margin between the 52nd guy and the guys that make the practice squad, and then the guys that make the practice squad and the guys that don't. I mean, there's something that's missing. But for a lot of these guys, maybe you would go, I never heard of that guy in college, and he's third string. How did he beat out this guy? Well, maybe he just was a smarter football player. Maybe he had a certain skill that he could do better than somebody else.
Maybe so.
And also maybe he just got with the right team.
I mean, just remember Danny Amendola started with the Cowboys, went to the Eagles, then went to the Patriots. Found success.
Got to find the spot that fits you. Yep.
Yeah. Made it to the Patriots eventually. West Texas Mark says this, my dad made me left-handed. He tied my right hand behind my back and made me use my left hand. He was wanting me to be a left-handed quarterback. I showed him. I was safety and wide receiver at Friendship High School. You showed him, all right. Let's see. Can Chuck say that the Astros are toast for the season again? Please. Must be from an Astro fan. I had an Astro fan in the building yesterday. He was a friend and here to cut a commercial for the Alumni Association, Kurt Langford. And Kurt's a big Astro fan. And so it's funny because we were walking down the hall and he's like, ah! And the Blue Jays scored. And I'm like, oh, yeah, there are Astro fans.
Yeah.
There are Astro fans out there. And we've got a couple in the building. At least one that's an Astro fan. And it's okay. Doesn't make you a bad person. You're allowed, right? Some people just grew up, in an era where the Astros were really good, or there's a pinch it for it.
I surely would not want everybody rooting for the same team. That would be somewhat boring.
Yeah, right. Let's see here. Somebody says this went to the Cubs-Dodgers game on Monday. Cubs won 10-5. Man, if the Dodgers don't win the World Series, is that an epic failure?
Yeah.
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 I mean, you weren't surprised at who they acquired, were you?
No,
you said it
for a week or so. I was predicting that was going to happen.
Yeah, that was like a kind of a no-brainer. But man, it sure feels like the Red Sox. Are the Red Sox the best team in the American League right now?
They're the hottest team in the American League right now. I wouldn't say no to your question.
They're 25 of 28, I think, is what they've won.
It's a team I wouldn't want to play right now.
Yeah, but we've seen teams be really although maybe not this hot. I mean, they're red hot, red hot. But we've seen teams that do this, and then they get to the September or something, and they tail off. I mean that can happen to them very easily. For them to just kind of fizzle out a little bit. As well as they've played, they're still a game behind the Yankees in the standings.
Just a game, though.
And
that was probably, at one point, that was probably 9 or 10.
Yeah. They're 5.5 behind the
Rays.
The Tampa Bay Rays, right. And the Yankees still lead them by a game for the top wild card spot. The Rangers and Cleveland are now tied for the third wild card spot. And it's a possibility we could have a 500 team make the playoffs. Might even have a 500 team win the division.
Yeah.
This has been the Morning Drive Podcast, presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction. Check out our library of Double T 97.3 podcasts at doublet97.3.com.